Sweet.
Yay. So we're recording. I'm recording. We're going to go live on Facebook so they know where to find us. Glow and Flow. Okay. Just make sure I share it into my group and not my page. Okay, we should be going live. Get back so I can see you. All right. Hi, Rachel.
Hey, Lisa.
Welcome to my Zoom room. I know we were just in yours like 5 seconds ago, but Facebook land, Facebook rules.
Facebook rules.
And now we're live on Facebook. We're streaming. So we're inside the High Vibe Entrepreneurial Women group. Hi, everybody. I'm just going to check and see if you're here. We're not opening up the Zoom room today because technical problems. What is it? Mercury in retrograde still?
Still, I think for another day. I don't know.
I don't know. I'm just not even going to look, but it's happening. So I'm going to look in my group, and if you're here, let us know that you're live joining us. So Rachel Weaver, as many of you may know, she is one of my dear friends, one of my dear virtual friends. We've only met twice, right?
Twice, yeah.
I mean, that's significant.
I feel like that's pretty good.
I'm very grateful that we've been able to have those 2 times together because we come up with fucking amazing ideas.
We do. We totally do.
And I think wine helps.
Mm-hmm.
And yes. And, we just like to flow with the topics. So those of you who don't know, I met Rachel Weaver in the middle of the night while I was nursing a newborn and shopping on Amazon and also scrolling Facebook. And I came across this ad that was like a really compelling ad. And I can't tell you what it's about right now, but just a lot of personality radiating from this ad, and the company name at the time, Cloud9 Marketing. And I was like, wait, is that me? Like, oh, wait, no, that's not me. That's someone else. I'm Cloud9 Feng Shui, and come to find out, Rachel at the time was Cloud9 Marketing. And I messaged her out of the blue, like cold call message at like 3:00 Eastern time in the morning or something. Hey, came across your ad and you seem really cool. And also we have the same business name. I think we should be friends. And we had a Zoom meeting, I think was the first time we met, right? And just like a coffee chat was it during the pandemic or before?
No, I feel like it was right before.
It was before the pandemic. Yeah. And so we had like our coffee chat, and come to find out, I really needed help with my copy. And during the coffee chat that we had, Rachel was like, I can help you there. That's what I do. And so we started working together since then, and really just, hit it off in terms of messaging and also just injecting a lot of joy into everything that we did. I love to work with Rachel.
Yeah. And I feel like we've seen because we've known each other for over 2 years now, it's like we've seen an evolution of each other too, of how we've really grown into ourselves, grown into our businesses, grown in our confidence, grown in like all the things. Like I wasn't even incorporating human design when we started working together.
No, I think we talked about it in one of our sessions, and I remember saying, hey, I think I'm a manifesting generator or something. And do you know what that is? And you were like, yeah, I know what that is. I go by human design too. And I was like, I knew very little about it at the time. Oh, so I just want to say hi to some people joining us. Rhea, she says good morning. Hi. Good morning. Christelle, hey. And there's also a few people that are popping in and out. So welcome to our like extended chat here. So Rachel and I were just in one of our copywriting sessions. I still continue to work with her, and she's been a dear partner in helping me with the messaging side of things. And just to recap, we were talking about the evolution of our businesses and Rachel injecting human design into her process, right? So I had shared with her, I think I'm a manifesting generator because I like to do all of these things. And Rachel helped me. She was like a lot more advanced than I was in the area. And I gave her the information. She's like, you're not a manifesting generator. She's like, I am. And she shared with me, thank God you shared with me, you told me I'm a projector.
Yeah.
And so I was operating out of my design the entire time in terms of copy. And so things were falling flat.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think that's honestly, a lot of projectors do think that they're manifesting generators.
We want to be, right?
Yeah. They're pushing the boulder up the hill. But the funny thing is once you start to flip it and start really aligning to your projector energy, just watching you become your own and you're calling in all of these things that I'm just like, how is she doing this? I don't care what Lisa's doing. I want to be a part of it.
Well, thank you. That means a lot to me. Yeah, it feels more comfortable and more like I'm writing and doing my business from my own skin.
Yeah.
So those of you who are watching live with us right now, I'm welcoming you in. Let me and Rachel know, how much do you know about human design? #live if you're joining us. And Christelle says she has an appointment soon, but she wants to catch up and learn more about human design. And Christelle, as you know, Rachel, she's joined us a few times in some of the workshops we've done through Intrinsic.
Yep.
So human design is do you want to describe for those who are like, what the heck are you talking about?
It's like your energetic blueprint. So it's how your energy works. It's based off your birth date and time. I like that it's based off of that instead of you answering questions like the Enneagram, because it's not you projecting what you think you should write, right? Or what you think you are, or anything like that. This is literally what you were given at birth. And it helps you understand how your energy flows, how it interacts with the rest of the world, as well as like how you want to express that energy and what's going to feel really good for you.
Yeah, I think and thank you. That's like such a beautiful way to describe it too. And I feel that when we are working with people who've never even researched human design, there's this beautiful moment. Hey, Arlene. There's this beautiful moment when they look and they find their human design and they're like, wait, that's me. Like on a deeper level, it's not just the components of astrology that's being looked at. It involves the I Ching as well. So I like being a devout user of the I Ching and divining of that, which we're going to do while we're on this call, it really appealed to me because it was integrating, and like part of what you and I, Rachel, have been working in my copy is sharing that love and understanding and system of combining the ancient with the modern, and going into the quantum too. So that deeply resonates with me, and I find and I feel it's very supportive of those, especially who have an understanding of a more, a greater like big picture influence, that people that are starting to learn and seek out answers that are all around them, universal truths and signs. So
100%.
Yeah. And it's supportive, especially for those within this high vibe entrepreneurial group. It's really supportive of individuals who are evolving, like Rachel and I were talking about, through all the iterations of what you might become in your entrepreneurial journey. Learning your human design also supports you, like Feng Shui does, in giving you a clear direction, a better understanding. Your business is all about relationships. And when you can find out how you're communicating resonant with your design, you are going to be more easier received by those who might need your services.
Yeah, I think human design really helps you understand who you are, what you bring to the table and your expertise, right? Your gifts. And then Feng Shui comes in and says, okay, now how can we get you to your goals a hell of a lot faster? What can
Ooh,
we align in your
yeah.
energy to get you there
Yeah.
in
So
like
like
light speed?
Feng Shui, like you're saying, like then could be like the physical application of what you're learning, like to be able to help
Yeah.
implement.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
have it
Yeah.
show up in your space.
Yeah.
Ooh. We should
Uh-huh.
have, are we recording this? Yes.
Yeah.
We should have written that down. I don't even
Yeah.
think we've put that into words well enough.
Yeah. No, I think that's 100% what it does. It really, like human design, you help understand you and
Right.
how you work, right? And once you feel aligned with that, then the feng shui can really help you align your space and as well as like all these other external things that do affect you, right? And we can really harness the power of all of that energy together. And then boom, I don't know. I know feng shui has helped me in aligning to my goals and what I'm trying to attract. And it's always been really good. So
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, because basically you're learning feng shui through osmosis and working with me.
I totally do.
Like every day. So while we're talking about all of these energetics of who we are as individuals, and also what human design is and how it can support in having a more effective way of communicating, and also just the idea of receiving and in that communication of
Mm-hmm.
ideas and figuring out systems and like who we really are.
Mm-hmm.
I
Ooh,
would like, yeah. Oh, wait, go ahead.
oh,
Go.
can we talk about the our electromagnetic channels?
Oh my gosh, please, because you only scratch the surface. Okay, like before we
Okay.
jumped on this live together, Rachel like had a epiphany. So yes, share this. I don't even
So
understand it.
okay, so we each have our own charts, right? And we put them together and it makes a whole new chart and it shows you where you have things you can have to work on, as well as like places that are called electromagnetic. So it means that I have one gate and Lisa has the other gate, and together we make a channel, and that can feel like a spark. It can feel like something. It's a spark, like in a romantic relationship, right? In the beginning, you're like, "Ooh, it really feels good," right? That kind of energy. And we have two electromagnetic channels, one being this one from the ajna to the throat, all about parables and storytelling and ideas and really coming together. Like, and that's, I like when we talked about the copy for Glow and Flow, and you were talking about this like funny story. I was like, oh my God, that makes so much sense with this channel. Is that's what that channel is. I'm like, we have to do that. We have to have the copy like that, because that is the thing that we're communicating.
I mean, that's the energy that brought us together
Yeah.
100%. Like it
Yeah.
was like
Yeah.
fun and play, and
Yeah.
it like required very little effort. I think
Mm-hmm.
like I might have even had a glass of wine and was like messaging you. And that's where it
Exactly.
came from.
Yeah, exactly. Like that channel was just like, it came together and it made so much sense and it made everything so fun and it flowed really easily. The other one we have, which I thought was really interesting, is the channel of struggle. But it's learning to understand what to struggle for and for the greater good. And I think when we look at our businesses separately and how we've grown them and how all the things that we've faced and challenges and all of that, and then we come together and we're like, we don't have to do this alone. We can do it together. We can all rise together. We can share our knowledge in a way that other people don't have to struggle. Right.
Yes. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. Yeah. Nothing feels better actually than being able to share in that and grow and like glow up together in that.
Mm-hmm, exactly. Yeah. Yeah. So
Oh,
it's so cool. Anyway.
that is so cool. That makes so much sense. And it like it always freaks me out how accurate the descriptions are in these channels. And that's like the completion of those channels are areas that I desire in my work.
Yeah.
So it adds like a
Yeah.
great layer to it. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
So let us know if you're watching with us, still hanging in there. We'd love to say hi. We're going to do a Yi Jing reading before we leave, because we were talking about the wild energy coming out of this lunar eclipse, right? And I don't even know, this was like a color moon too. Was it like a black moon or
red moon or blood moon or
blood moon? It was a color.
So
if you know anything about, I got lots of like cool YouTube videos to watch about it. All I know is that there's an odd energy that we were discussing on our call, like this energy of like shedding something and transforming. And I didn't do enough research to know all of the science in like what we really should be experiencing, but I know intuitively I sense it and feel it. And I know from the people that were working around us in the past week, I mean, people significantly felt like a vulnerability, like a shedding of a layer.
Yep.
Deep vulnerability, not necessarily bad, but for some very emotional and like not even knowing why. So as it applies to us as business owners and entrepreneurs who desire to share their services and their gifts with the world, let's get some insight from the Yi Jing on what is the current energy right now, how it's impacting us, and what are some indications that we can look for in our lives to help us move forward and get some momentum going in a restorative way. Raise your hand if you're feeling like a little depleted. Yes, a tiny bit.
A little tired. Yeah.
A little tired. Blame it on the moon. So consulting, I'm using my cards today instead of the coins because it's more efficient and faster right now. Using the ancient Yi Jing has been done for a long time to have a greater understanding of how we interact with the earthly elements, and tells us a story or a parable of how we can learn to adjust to adversities and opportunities. Whoa. Oh my gosh. So those of you who have been doing energy upgrades with me for a while, the current energy right now is number 14, hexagram 14, affluence. Again. So it's been sticking around. And I heard from some people on YouTube I've been following that the energy is sticky for this past couple of weeks. Okay, this came out in 2, so I want to get 1. It's the sticky energy that we're in, and I think there's a couple of eclipses or something happening, or a lunar thing.
We just last night I think was the second one, so I think we're done now with the eclipses.
Holy mackerel. Okay, so we are in the energy still of affluence. Everybody knows that who's been following, shifting into endurance. And there's some divine energy that's flowing down. Sorry, my nose is running a little bit. There's some divine energy happening there. So line 6 is changing. Line 1. So there's 2 change lines. Pretty stable. So we should be evening out. That's good news for all of us who are feeling a little bit of the instability creeping in. Instability can be good, can be bad. We know there's only one constant, and that's change. So I want to remind everyone the energy of affluence is indicating supreme success. So by the way, if you haven't already, write down your goals in this process on your piece of paper, and keep in mind your intentions and your goals as it relates to your business, because that's what we're divining on. So hold that in mind. Affluence means supreme success. So there is that pot of gold accessible to us at this time. And be really careful, just as a cautionary tale, and Rachel, we were talking about this energy of affluence before we hopped on the live. When you receive all that you desire, don't forget to be replenishing of your wealth to those who have supported you on your journey.
Yeah.
Give back to the greater good, and it will prolong your supreme success. It's going to be shortened when you are just taking. It will be a very short-lived success. So that's a little bit of caution there, a little bit of an ego check. So we're looking at a story that tells us from the divine where we're being impacted. It says, you are blessed by divine providence. This is a time for improvement in every way. So as we're talking about a great shift in our business, in our careers, supreme success goes to those who are in the world, but not of it, who in the fullness of possession and at the height of their influence remain modest and wink towards the heaven.
Mm.
So really, and gosh, it's just underscoring what we were just talking about, but
yeah,
I'm being grateful for what you have, and seeing that you do have so much to be grateful for around you. And entrepreneur life is hard. We know it's hard. That's why we do what we do together, to help the greater good. Entrepreneur isn't a solo lifestyle. You're going to get much further if you can find your tribe, and to really, when you find your tribe, right, it reflects back to you a lot about yourself.
Yeah. It's not even like just finding your audience and growing your audience. It's finding those people that can help you when you're facing a challenge, right? Whether that's, hiring a coach maybe, or it's just finding soul sisters and business besties that you can bounce ideas off of and go, I'm really struggling today. Have you faced this? And you'll find that like we all have our challenges. We all have our things that we're working through. And the more that you have that other person there going, you can do this, we're going to get through it, the more apt you are to be successful, to find your purpose and the abundance of that.
I love that you say that too. And we were talking about, before we came together on this live, about the benefit of human design in helping you find your tribe, or rather, when you start to investigate, who am I spending my energy with? Who am I investing my energy with? And you find out I'm a projector. Rachel's a manifesting generator, and we can complete out our tribe of people that we like to collaborate with. It's like intuitively we find each other. So being able to see those signs and accept them and take those risks, right?
And following your authority, following that, I guess for me, it's the sacral, for you, it's the spleen, and really trusting that it's going to lead you where you want to go. Right.
Yeah. Tell me, so what are your sacral responses to knowing, take that jump, take that risk, reach out to that person?
Number one, if I don't trust it, it's not going to show up. Number two, if I'm overly emotional about something, it's really hard to hear it too. So I do a lot of emotional clearing, as well as just checking in and my own inner knowing and trusting it. Right. And then and for me, it's not a crazy hell yes. I hear a lot of stuff out there that's like, oh, it has to be a hell yes or it's a hell no. It's not a hell yes for me. It's more of like, yeah, of course. Of course, this is what I'm going to do. Like there isn't like, there's no resistance there.
Yes.
If that makes sense.
That makes sense.
Yeah. The no's are always like, this doesn't feel right. This does not feel right at all.
Do your yeses feel like a gift, like being served to you on a platter, and you're like, there it is. Like, that's what I ordered.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's exactly what it feels. It's like, oh yeah, of course.
And your nose,
exactly what I wanted.
And your nose are like, send that back to the kitchen, and we're not even eating here. That's not what I ordered.
That is also not what I ordered.
Also, it's very rude. And I'm insulted. And mine, like the splenic, is like more of like primitive, like feeling it in my gut, kind of like
this, like a knowing. Like a knowing. Like you have no idea how you know it, you just know it, right? And it's just like, I just know this is where I'm supposed to go. There's nothing that on the outward in the world that's telling me that this is a good idea, or maybe there is, but for the most part, it doesn't make sense why you should do it. You just know it. Yeah.
All right. Well, I love that. Thank you. So like, it just blows my mind all the time when you can know what your communication is and within yourself and your higher self. It takes away so much of the guesswork. And then being able to bring in some people that feel like soul tribe and family to help you through an entrepreneurial journey is just, it feels so great. Like it doesn't feel like you're on an island kind of thing.
Yeah, totally.
So when we're talking about this current energy that we're in, it also talks about a lot about this. It says, leave your ego at the door. There is no space for arrogance. There is no space for arrogance right now. Even if you are receiving your gold platter, everything you ordered. Yeah. So when have confidence, it's saying, in yourself and the people that you're attracting in, and that wealth is going to keep flowing in. So replenish it to those who are helping you on your journey, and it will flow back to you in a longer way than if you are to hoard it or just take all the knowledge and wisdom for yourself and not share it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And its first stage success is innocent and blameless. So the innocence, that energy has been coming up too. Success, when it first comes in, is not at threat for it's not at threat. There's not things that are going to waver at it, but we know that's not sustainable. Avoid creating future harm by guarding against self-indulgence, and show consideration by exercising restraint. Only speak of personal or business matters with those you trust. So as Rachel and I are talking about the sacred circle energetically, and each of you in this group have been energetically measured to be here. So be careful who you're inviting in, because into your friend circle, into your entrepreneur friendship circles, because they become your board of advisors if you're doing it the right way. If you're doing it the wrong way, they become, what could they become on the negative?
Well, I think of it like you become the people that you spend the most time with. So if you're spending the most time with people that are not uplifting, that are not encouraging, or don't understand what you're trying to do, then you will not understand it and not feel it. Right.
Ooh, yeah. You'll have doubt.
You'll have doubt. You'll be filled with doubt and uncertainty, and not be, versus surrounding yourself with people that are like, no, you can do this. This is 100% possible. We believe in you. We believe in your gifts and your talents, and we're going to help you create what you are trying to create.
Or you're literally saying, in another phrase, what the I Ching is telling us. We're shifting into the energy of endurance, which is hexagram 32. Ooh. And it's the energy of thunder above and wind below. And it talks about endurance is cultivated when determination is coupled with flexibility. Long distance runners must adapt to changing conditions while maintaining a strong sense of purpose. Two trees growing near each other bend and adapt to enhance each other's survival.
Oh, wow.
So if you're not surrounding yourself with people who are adaptable and can have that outside perspective and that authenticity and that love to share with you, and those that are going to challenge you and yet support you, right? Then you're not serving yourself on your business journey.
No.
This is good energy, guys.
Circle. You need that circle. That's 100% what glow and flow is.
Yes, let's talk about glow and flow.
Because I love the fact that we're taking what we're good at, what our gifts are, our talents, and we're blending them together in a way that I think it can only benefit people, because it's again, like we said, like it's the human design, understanding who you are and what you're here to say and do. But then backing it up with the energy upgrades and the feng shui that really puts fuel on that fire. And it's like, all right, no more stuckness, no more like twiddling your fingers, trying to figure out where you're going, what you're doing. It's like, and you're gone. The train's left the station.
Yes, I'm so excited. And it just feels so fun and so joyful. Yeah. And I feel like the right people are going to be attracted in to invest their time with us. And our goal through this program, right, is to have this ability to experience what I think I've experienced in working with you, and you and I working together. Cross share, is that we can find our voice, we can find our systems, we can communicate it well and succinctly and in a magnetic way, and then support it with the energy upgrade work and Feng Shui homework.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
did that make any sense? Like,
oh yeah, like that's what it does. Like, it's the energy upgrade. It's supporting who you authentically are, right? And kind of clears the pathway to what you're trying to create. And I think now is the perfect time to do it, because we're going into summer, and it's always kind of a time to, for me, it's always been a time to go inward just a little bit. Because there's summer and there's kids, like my kids are home and we're doing all these things. So I'm naturally less online, less in my business, right? Because I've got motherhood a lot.
Yeah.
And so I naturally start to go, well, am I really going in the direction that I want? Am I really doing what I want to be doing? And reassessing all those things. And that's why I think like now is really a great time to sit here and go, okay, do I really show up authentically? Is there something in there that's missing? Do I really feel like the energy of my space, the energy around me is supporting me, or is it not? Or am I feeling like I'm trudging through mud and everything feels like an uphill battle?
Yeah.
Then like, why wait? Why do it now?
Right, exactly. We can't expand and step into our best selves if we don't have the environment to support. And being equipped with knowing what your human design is helps to bring a refinement to that the image, to what we're communicating, our image, the whole package.
The whole
package. Yeah. So let everyone know who's walking with us. Coming out of our crazy brainstorm that we had, a little bit about this, idea, this playground that we've created.
Yeah, it's it's a group program, right? A group circle. We are going to be focusing really specifically human design wise, really understanding your energy, what you're here to communicate, and then writing a bio and really making sure that your core message is clear, right? And then from there, you're taking the reins and doing your energy upgrades, plugging all the leaks. Like that's what I talk about, because that's what I feel like it does. It plugs my leaks. It plugs the like things that could drain my energy and pull me away from what I'm trying to focus on.
Yes. And I'm excited to like use my projector gifts to be able to tap into each individual who joins us into their energy and to really hear and meet them where they are right now.
Yeah.
And knowing that they're probably up leveling, they're probably shifting and evolving into the next iteration of their business, and being able to see that big picture, what's going to help them be set apart from everyone else in the crowd. And shine a light on that so you can really refine my like channel of refinement, right? Or gate of refinement, refine the you that you're projecting in the world, social media, on your website, and then marrying that with what you're crafting in the human design. But I think like you and I, we love to be in like the group atmosphere. And so we've got like a little of the one-on-one, and we've got like that sacred circle that we love to operate in, to reinforce intentions, right?
Yes. Yeah. And I think the person that is going to do or, see the most results from this group is if you don't have that sisterhood group in your life right now, as well as people that feel like they're walking through mud right now with this energy and with I mean, this year has been wild. It has been shifting for me in so many ways. And to have that extra support of someone that can read your chart as well as read your energy, Lisa, I think is going to be so beneficial to help you pull out of that muck and pull out of that. I don't know what's missing. Something's not right. I can't quite clearly articulate who I am and what I'm due. Right. those are the people that are really going to benefit from this group the most.
Yeah, if you're not feeling compelled by your own about me on your website or any blurb that you have to put out there, this is going to be your constructive playground to help create that and really feel like you're in love with what you're projecting out into the world. And so we're really excited and wanted to share that with you today. So as you're thinking about this current energy that you're experiencing, right now, affluence shifting into endurance, you want to have that endurance, that sustainability, that energetic support to carry you through this next iteration. And as Rachel said, a lot of us are going to be going a little bit more inside of ourselves this summer. If we have kids, the kids are going to be home. So this is a perfect time to reestablish foundations. If you're on shaky foundations and you just don't even feel like you feel a stranger to yourself in social media, I think we're like the most fun people to help really carve that out. I think it would be amazing to share what we've learned together in our work.
Yeah. And I think this is really about just keeping things light and fun. Like I think we take business so seriously. I know I do sometimes. Like we take it so seriously that we have to figure it out. We have to be like, why can't it be fun? Why can't it just be this playful thing where we get to explore the playground, right? I love that analogy of, well, who do I, want to show up as, and what do I really want to serve people with? And how can I really make sure that everything around me is aligned to that? That's a playful energy. That's when things are attracted to you. That's when, everything flows to you and you don't have to search for invitations, push out energy to make things happen. It happens for you and like automatically.
Oh, I love that. I love that so much. And that's what it feels like. Yeah. Patsy says she hibernates in the summer and less in a tropical paradise or in the Italian Alps. I like that, Patsy. Yes. I mean, we're getting into this time of hibernation for many of us, and we don't want to be completely unplugged. We need to keep the momentum going. And maybe a lot of that like summer fun vibe can be injected into your business and also be really effective in helping you continue to up level all that work you've been putting in. So you can have vacation vibes and also get stuff done. And big time.
Oh, I love it.
Yay. All right. So everyone, I want to thank you for coming in to join us in our conversation. I'm just keeping an eye on if you have any questions you want to ask before we hop off. Patsy says she loves summer because it's the only season she can focus on her biz. So that's a good point too. If you're like Patsy, let us know. I love that.
I love Patsy.
Yes. So cool. I mean, I obviously we're each in a relationship with our business on some levels, and it's something that we need to be checking in on and maintaining and really being plugged into and making sure it's healthy and very nourishing. Yeah. So let us know if there's any questions that you have before we exit out. If you are catching this on the recording, #replay, we're going to be dropping a link if you're interested in seeing some of the copy that we create together and the shared experience that we're excited to invite people to come along and play with us. Awesome. Did I skip anything, Rachel?
No, I feel like we hit it all.
I feel like we had a really fun day and we were also really productive too. And I'm getting back to my Feng Shui design life here and loving it. And it's fun when you're able to have these like brainstorming sessions and energy check-ins because I feel uplifted after having that brainstorm. It's that joy that helps us remember why we're doing what we do, right?
Totally. You don't get stuck in overload.
Overload and complacency too. I mean, when things start to feel run of the mill, we want to be able to inject into our projects our energy that's coming from a place of joy rather than just checking off another thing on our list that needs to be done, right?
Yeah, people feel that when you are writing content from like, okay, I gotta check this off versus like, I'm so excited to share. It's people feel that they can sense that energy from you. And we want to be around people that are fun and having fun. And
Yeah, we
people
want
that
to
are
be
like,
around fun people. Yeah. And I think too, like whenever I read copy, I'm hearing that person's voice, like especially if I've been watching them in video or live, or I've
yeah.
interacted with them, or I'm friends with them. I read it in their voice. And I think it's interesting. Not everyone reads and hears a voice too.
I hear a voice. It's sometimes if I know them really well, it'll be their voice. But otherwise it's, I don't know, my voice.
Yeah, I just read a study like last year, and I was surprised that the internal dialogue that happens, and maybe it's human design related, and that could be another day for us to try to research that. But there's a certain part of the population that hears a voice in their head when they read. And for me, that's very like engaging when I'm reading, and it feels conversational and inviting. And there's another part of the population that reads and they don't hear anything at all. They're reading and they're more getting intellectually the content. And I don't know if I've ever met a person like this. And but they exist. There's an article out there that's I feel like I need to go find and put in the group now that we've been talking about it.
Yeah, I definitely hear a voice. So
I definitely do too. Cynthia says she totally relates to this conversation. Yeah, so if you feel like you haven't found your voice, you don't know your systems, you don't know how or why people are attracted into anything that you put out there content wise, we would love to like vibe and play and really like get deep dive into what that energy is for you.
It will be transformative for sure.
Yes. Yeah. For everybody. I love it. Yeah. It like brings me so much joy to just like, to see like the resonance in someone like, oh my gosh, this is me. And then to be able to see or to see within them, like, these are your unique gifts. And this is what is going to set you apart. And they're like, yes, this is what brings me joy. It is my gift. And no one has ever told me this before, but now I have a greater path. And it's going to be uplifting, not just for me, but for everybody. And I think that's like the dream, right?
Yeah, I think it's too easy to try and sell something we think will sell, right? Or we see what other people are selling. We feel like we have to sell that in order to be successful, when it's the complete opposite. You need to understand who you are and what your gifts are and sell from that space. And that's when you find success and purpose and meaning and joy.
Oh my gosh. Thank you. Thank you so much for hanging out with me and with the group today, Rachel. And we're going to be sharing some information, ask us some questions. In the messages below. We're going to be closing it out, but we would love to talk more about this. If anyone has any questions, reach out to us. You can DM me or Rachel, right? You're comfortable with that?
Absolutely. Either one. Yeah.
And where else can people find you, Rachel, if they want to sync up?
If you want to come find me, I'm rachelweaver.com, or the Aligned Copy Posse is my Facebook group too.
Okay. Feel free to drop those links below here as well, because if you're not in Rachel's Facebook group, soaking in all of this human design information, you're missing out. It's like, for me, it's been supportive in my Feng Shui journey. It's been supportive in my life as an entrepreneur. And I always try to recommend and send people your way I seem to always come upon your content at the exact right time that I need it. So thank you.
Oh, I love that. I love that, Lisa.
Yes. Well, thanks so much for being a friend and a great person to work with and collaborate with. And I can't wait to see who we bring in.
Oh my gosh. I'm so excited to see who we bring in. It's going to be so good. It's going to be so much fun.
All right. Well, I'll talk to you soon, and let's do this again, because I feel like this took an even better turn than I imagined.
So. It was so good. Yeah.
All right.
Thanks, guys.
All right. Have a great day. Bye, everybody.